Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of CullCraft. You may remember from 2 episodes ago, we actually built this starter base here. But along with the starter base, we actually built our main base, I guess you could call it, which is our Cave of Wonders. And this is about all I got to the cave so far. We got our enchanting station. We have our storage area. This is a storage area, just like in a different form, which we actually have one of our wonders hooked up to, our pumpkin patch, which is down this way, right past our friends over here. That almost just killed me. We got our pumpkin patch over here, which we actually have a system that brings the pumpkins to our storage over there. And I'm gonna die if I don't put my armor on. And yeah, this episode I want to explore more of the cave, kind of get an understanding of how big the Cave of Wonders actually is, and all the areas that it leads to. I don't know why that was weird like that, but yeah, that's the plan for this episode. And then towards the end, I actually plan on adding another wonder. So this is our first wonder, the pumpkin patch, and hopefully by the end of the video we will double that number of wonders to 2. So make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see what that's all about. Before we go on our caving adventure, there's a few things that I need, and to get them I'm going to need some emeralds. So I actually just was trading with our villagers that we put back in that building back there last episode. We built that and made it a home for our Fletchers. The things I need are going to actually be from these guys. I'm going to need some pickaxes, and I can get emeralds easily. So instead of fixing up pickaxes that I already have, I might as well just use what I get for free. Basically for free. And then what I need is some food, and so we were using carrots. Carrots are not a good food source, but golden carrots, on the other hand, are a very good food source. So we'll go ahead and get as much as we can there. And yeah, I think we're good to go now. So here's actually where a previous cave entrance was, and I made it the entrance to our cave. And so if we wanted to go down to our area down there, we would go in this direction. But actually, you may recall that over in this direction is the ravine. And this is the ravine that we had our old the villager house we took over. It actually is connected to that. So there's definitely a lot to explore, and we know that there's a mine shaft down there that I'm sure we can find one of these caves to connect us to. Alright, so I haven't exactly explored all the cave areas, but I have explored quite a bit. And while I was exploring, I also kind of mined out some areas. Kind of made the cave wider in areas that needed to be, and also if there's like 2 cave veins real close together, I would like mine out the wall between them to make a big open space, but I'll show you that in a minute. First off, I want to go this way towards the ravine, show you what I've done over here. This area is nice. This goes up here and kind of wraps up around. I don't think there's too much to show down that way. What I really like though is this area over here. This is the ledge I have, but I like this area. There's a lot of space here. We'll definitely utilize this for something. And further down the cave here we have this nice big round area, which I really like. So I'm definitely going to be utilizing these areas here. I'm kind of thinking maybe this would be my smelting area. Put a nice big smelter in there to instantly smelt things for us. This also wraps up a bit. It just dead ends up there. So we have a lot of room to work and add stuff over onto this vein here. I think this might be a dead end as well. Oh no, this leads out to the ravine. And one of the things I did is I lined out some areas here so we could just walk along the side here like that. And this is just temporary. This is just to get across the other side. We have some area here. We'll have to utilize this in some way. I haven't done much down there. I don't think I've done anything at all besides explore the cave when I first started the world. I'm pretty sure this, yeah, dead ends back there. But yeah, so we have room on both sides of the ravine to work with. And I'm definitely going to utilize that area over there. It's really nice and open. Hopefully we can get down to the mine shaft eventually. And now checking out this area where we already have our things, I've actually tore out down this wall over here, and this leads to a cave area, so we just want to go ahead and check it out. Up there was just a dead end, but this way we have a zombie villager who's holding an ink sac, so he won't respawn. But I figured I'd just leave him until I need him for something. Up this way we have a little bit of room, but it just kind of dead ends up there. Over here we do have something really interesting. You may be able to tell what that is, but I believe if we wrap around this way, and we got a skeleton to take care of real quick. Let's go ahead and light this place up. If we wrap around this way, we have our geode. This is the main geode I get the crystals from, the amethyst that I get that from. I have a little walkway behind it. Wanted to see if there's any cave on the other side or anything. There's not. But yeah, it'd be nice to utilize this area here. And I believe, so there's a path up that way, which I want to show you guys. But before we do that, I want to take you this way, because we do have something very useful down this way. We do lead down to the mine shafts. And if we turn here, you may recognize this vine here as our spider farm. So we can now access our spider farm from our cave, which is really handy. I don't have to go outside and then go down this really slow vine here. So back at our geode here, we have another path that we can take, and we just get there by wrapping around this way. That goes down a little bit, but there's nothing real too exciting down that way. But we can wrap up this way. This I tore down, I mined through myself. There wasn't a cave here, but I wanted to be able to connect to here so that we could reach our, wait for it, we're almost there, our pumpkin patch. Yeah, so we have our pumpkin patch here, so now we can make a full circle through our cave, through at least this area of our cave here, kind of go down and then back up and around. So yeah, that's pretty much the main areas that I found through the cave and was able to mine out. This place got a lot safer because we now don't have he despawned for some reason. Or maybe died. I don't know. I ran past here and he shot around and he was dead. So I don't know what happened. But there's really nothing keeping an Enderman in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and deal with this. And of course, we never get Ender pearls from them. Since that pillager died, we now have a new decoration in our cave. But there is actually one more area that I forgot to show you guys. Our mushroom farm's doing pretty well. But there is one more area that I wanted to show you guys, and that's if we take a left here. I have mined out an area here, and we are going to be utilizing this area today to make a sugarcane farm. And I forgot the sand. Alrighty, sand acquired, and we are ready to build this thing. I believe we have most of the items that we need. If we need something, I can go grab some more. But I'm going to start by laying down where we're going to actually be placing the sugarcane. Alright, so I have the sand in place, and that's where the sugarcane is going to go. And before we actually put down the sugarcane, I want to go ahead and add most of our redstone components. So the first thing we're going to need is an observer on this block here, and we want it to face forward. So place it down like that, and yep, that's how I want it. And we'll just continue all the way along here. And now we want some pistons right underneath that, and we want these to face forward. So we actually have to put them in from the other side. Just like this. And one more here. There we go. That looks good, and then we need to be able to get around to actually put in our redstone. So we're going to get a redstone signal there. So I think if we just... did I leave my redstone in the barrel? I think I did. Yeah. So we need our redstone dust, and I believe we should just be able to do this. I could totally be wrong though. Let's see what this does. Oh, yep, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. So yeah, redstone was easy as all get out. Yeah, so when the observer detects, or I should start by saying we're going to put the sugarcane here, and then it will detect when it grows to its full height, which is 3 blocks tall, and it'll detect, and then the piston will shoot out, because when this detects the sugarcane, it releases a redstone signal, and so it will light this dust up here, which in turn powers this block, and since this block is powered, the piston is able to shoot out. And the way I set this up, there might be a way that you can get it to where like these will fire off individually, but it's not a big deal if they all fire off at once. I don't know if it will affect how efficient the farm is or not, because not all of them will grow to be 3 tall, only one will, and then it will just go ahead and break all of them. So it may not be as efficient, but it'll work, and that's why I wanted to go ahead and get this up early so that, you know, we can get a lot of sugarcane over time. So before we can fully finish this farm, we need to put water down and stuff, but I want to go ahead and start decorating it. And so to stick with the color scheme, I have some lime concrete here. Got the lime dye off a wandering trader. Otherwise I wouldn't have any lime dye because we don't have cactus, and I haven't found a desert yet. So glad I found that. Very helpful. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a border I actually want to fill this in because I might raise the ceiling eventually. But yeah, that looks good to me. Alright, so there's that. I went with spruce just for all the stone blocks that were out there. This is a little visible, so I'll go ahead and throw one in there too. And also put shroom lights up here to light it up. And let's see, so now we can go ahead and add the water. And I'm actually going to need an ice block. Alright, so there we go, we got our ice block in there now. And I'm going to need a sign, so I don't have one with me. I'll make one real quick. Signs? Am I blind? Oh, there we go. Alright, we'll put a sign there to stop the water. Wait, yeah, that is what we need. And then we want the water to continue through here. So we need another bucket of water. Place there, and that should run it all the way down this way. Good, let's see how far. Okay, it stops right there. We'll continue that later on, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it like that because I need to like mine out a path to actually take it to our storage system, and it's gonna be a little difficult just because we got like the floor to one of our areas right there. So we're working with just a little bit of room there, but I think we can make it work. In the meantime, though, we can go ahead and get this farm producing some stuff for us. So I'll go ahead and throw that up there. And let's go ahead and make sure this thing works for everything. So we'll go ahead and make all these 2 high. And we'll put that there. Yep, those all went through. And then we'll do it right here. And all those went off. And yeah, there will be some that get stuck on the sand, and we're not going to get those, unfortunately. But that's just what we'll have to deal with. So it looks like all the sugarcane that went from here went over the ice block. That's stone. No, we don't care about the stone. The stone will stop because I had mine the block out beneath it. But all the sugarcane ended up over here, just like we want it to. And yeah, there we go. It looks to be working now. Like I said, the only thing we need to do now is fill in or make the item transport area to our storage system over there. Besides that, we're going to need some more moss, a lot more moss, and in order to get more moss, we need bone meal. So I think next episode we got a pretty big project to work on, so that we can get enough bone meal to cover this whole cave that we've done today. So there it is. There is our sugarcane farm. Pretty much completely finished now. We have all this area over here working. I already went ahead and put in a water stream to bring the items all the way over to our storage system over there. And I'll show you guys that in just a minute. But this one is about to go off, and so I want to see if I can catch it in action. Alright, there it went, and I want to show you guys kind of what's kind of the path that I laid out here. So, like I did with the pumpkin patch, I made this part here visible, and there you can see the sugar cane went by. And that will go over here, and when it reaches here, well, we still have that connected to our pumpkin patch storage. So, yeah, we gotta do something about this. So I went ahead and cut off this whole thing that I had set up to here because that's no longer going to work for us because we gotta sort this stuff out and get it to the right chest. And so right now I just got the items falling here at the moment, but we're about to fix this. I'm going to go ahead and just clear out some more area for this. Alright, this should be enough room for us. I'm going to pick out the dirt though and fill it in with some stone. You know, it's nice to have a nice clean surface when you're doing redstone. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is, well, I should start off by saying we're going to build an item sorter here. But to build the item sorter, I kind of need everything to be even and to where it's going. So, first thing I'm going to do is just using Hopper to bring things out like this. And there we go. Bring them all out so it's a nice even line here. Alright, and then that will make it a lot easier for us to work with when we're actually building this item sorter here. Alright, so I actually came out one more here, and one of the things we want to do is place another hopper on top, but we want them to be facing this way. And now I'm going to need some comparators, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it's comparators. But I'm going to need a block to put behind here. So this is where the comparator is going to go. And I got all the things I need, I believe, right here. So comparator like this. I'm got a shift jump to do this. We don't need one there. Okay. And then we're going to want to fill these hoppers, I believe, with, we want to fill it with our filters. Oh, no. That was wrong. Oh, yeah, I need to actually finish the redstone before I start filling that up. To finish up the redstone, I need to, let me find the one that's actually stone. I need to come back to here. Let me start back to front. I think that'll be the easiest because I have to dig down a little bit. So we need this open here, and then also we need that open. So we'll go ahead and just clear it out all the way back here. And go ahead and do this because we're going to need redstone torch there. And that's my filter. I don't want to use those. Stone. And then 2, 3. We can skip that one because we don't have a hopper there. And we can get out. Alright, so I got that in place. Now, before I fill in all these, we need a repeater facing that direction. So I'll go ahead and line that up all the way. And once again, I don't need one in the middle here. Alright, and then I think all that's left, I think I need this block actually removed. Because we need to place some redstone dust back here. Right here, like this. I actually come back this way, I believe. I do have like a video pulled up, and I have it paused looking at the setup. So I just want to make sure I do this right. But
believe this is correct. And then we'll do the same right here. Alright, and I'll make sure this pumpkin doesn't despawn. So I think we have that set up, so now we can do what I tried to do earlier and actually set up our filter. So to set up the filter, we first need to put in our filter items, and those should stay, which they did, so we're doing something right at the moment. So go ahead and put the pumpkins in, and they should start dropping. And we'll throw that in. That's dropping as well. I believe it should drop to 41. Yes, 41. And there should be one staying here, yeah. But looks like they all got sent through, besides the 42, I guess, that we leave here. And we want to make sure this works, so we'll go ahead and get the rest of the pumpkins we have here and see if this works for it. So it seems to be picking it up, and it drops down to 41. This still has one, and these are all cleared. So it looks like they're going down to where they should be. And we'll check this one as well. Let's drop in, staying at 41. This one here should have one. And we can throw those in there, I believe. Nope, can't throw those in there. Doesn't work like that. Alright, now that we got the item sorter set up, we actually have to bring our items this way. And so it's going to be a little tricky because we actually need to move them up a block. So you make them, because we need their items to go over top of this. This is going to be fun. Okay, so I went ahead and started starting to bring the items over and line it up along here. And so the thing that I did was add a bubble column here, and I actually need to add one right there. Okay, so now the item should, we need to add another water bucket actually. And I wonder if we actually just removed this. Oh, we'd have to remove that one too. It doesn't matter, we can get more water. Water's not an important resource that we're lacking, so we can use as much as we want of it, right? So now we have the water going into our bubble stream here. The items will go up and then hit that. So the reason that I didn't put the bubble vader one over and then just have it come this way is because I want to try a design where the items actually hit this, and I actually think that that has to be less than a block. Yeah, that makes sense. I need to use something that's not a full block there, like a fence post or something. Alright, so I added this, and in the process of adding this, I messed up the entire sorting thing. The torches here came out, so now all these are empty. So we'll have to do that again. But also, in the process of doing this, I realized it's not going to work. And so the way this was supposed to work was that the item was supposed to be pushed that way against this wall, and it'd be half on this block, half on this block here. And that's why the hoppers would still be able to pick it up, because it would still run over the hoppers. Even if it was just a little bit, the hoppers could still pick it up. And that's why I had ice here, because I thought that would keep the item flowing. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening. So if we throw that back there, that will come up, and we can watch it. It does hit against that, and it is halfway on each block, but it actually stops. And I don't think it's actually halfway on each block. I think it's on that block fully. So yeah, this isn't going to work because it didn't make it all the way down. So I'm going to redo this, probably just throw the water stream right on top of the hoppers here. Alright, so I have the new water stream put in right there over top these hoppers, and everything seems to be working again. We've got both these at 41, and then we have the one that is just underneath there. So we got that going, and obviously these we don't have set up to anything yet. This line we do have eggs in, but we don't have any thing coming through to put eggs in there. Eggs was just a demonstration thing, and I still haven't taken those out. Yeah, so that's working now, and there's one more thing I want to add to it. So I'm just going to empty my inventory a little bit, give myself some space. We shouldn't need any of this stuff, I don't think. Hopper we shouldn't need. But we're gonna need this stuff here. And some redstone dust. And then take one of these. Alright, and we're gonna want to make ourselves a path. So, I'm gonna remove this sign here. And I don't want to ruin everything again, so I'm gonna block this off. And we'll remove this by hand, I guess. And I want to put a pressure plate there instead. And that blocks off the water like we want it to. But I want to run redstone this way. And we'll come up kind of above our main area here. And a little to the center of it too. Go ahead and give us some light. Let's see where we are. Okay, right above our crafting. This is a good spot right here. Okay, we're going to want a dispenser to face up like that. And then we're going to want an amethyst block here. Now, let's see. We probably need to go ahead and throw down a repeater to keep the power going. And I think this might have to come down one to actually power the dispenser. But we're going to fill this with some rockets. So we got some firework rockets in there. And let me show you guys how this is going to work. So we obviously put a pressure plate here. And so we'll wait for well, we're not going to say wait, but an item will come down the stream here. And as it passes, it will actually cross over the pressure plate. But as it crosses it, it will activate it and activate this redstone signal. And so when I got a pumpkin here, so we'll go ahead and throw this up there. And we didn't actually get it in the water. We'll throw it in the water this time. It'll come down, hit the pressure plate. It'll set off the rocket, hit the amethyst shard, and as you heard there, it sets off a sound like that. So I kind of want to cover this. Oh, we got our torch there. It seemed to work well, but I'll go ahead and cover that. Alright, I'll just leave it open. Alright, so what I've done here is I've added an a bubble elevator here, so that way I can actually manually throw in items into our stream and to get them into the sorter, so we don't even have to go here and, you know, place them in whichever dropper they belong to. We can actually just go here, throw them up, and they'll get sorted automatically without us having to do that. And one of the other reasons I added it was so that we could actually test and see if we could hear the fireworks sound, or the amethyst shard. It's not really about the fireworks sound, more about the amethyst shard sound, which trying to find one here. We actually added some here so that we would hear them as we walk over like this. And you know, this is the Cave of Wonders, and I think small things like that is really going to bring the space to life and add a lot of interesting things to the cave. So I got a pumpkin here. We're going to go ahead and throw that in, but I want to make sure that it gets sorted right. And so right now we have 14 on the end here. So we're going to go ahead, throw this in. Listen for the shard sound. Alright, there we go. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, another one went off just like that. Yeah, so that sounds pretty good to me. I don't know how it'll sound back in the video, but I think that works really well. And let's see, we had it like, I think it's like right there, maybe. Yeah, so I think that's a really cool addition. And we can always hear when something gets put into our system. And it looks like that was another pumpkin that went through too, because we had 14 and now we have 16. Let's check what we got going on here. So this isn't all from our farm. This is some that I already had and went ahead and threw in. Yeah, but it's pretty exciting. We're getting a lot of stuff now. Well, that's all the big projects I had for this episode, but before I ended the episode, I did want to show you guys around the world a little bit, because I did do a little some things that I wanted to show you guys. So you may have noticed that I actually have these bushes in the ground now. And so I didn't think about doing this because I thought that they weren't exactly level with a full block, but they seem to be. And so they make like a good floor. I think it breaks up the moss a lot. One of the things I didn't like about the moss was that it was too plain all the way throughout. And so I think this helps break it up a bunch. And I started doing it with the flowering azalea trees. But also the azalea trees themselves are also different than the moss. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It might get a little annoying after a while, but I like it. I like it. Yeah, so I actually added the or the azalea trees, not the flowering ones, too, and I think that looks really good because it's not quite like such a big contrast here. Or this is kind of like a big contrasty, but here it's just a slight break in pattern, and I think it really helps to break up the floor a lot. And so I've added that all the way down into our sugarcane area and a little bit that way. But I actually did put it over. It's a little dark up here. That lights up the mushroom farm too much. But I actually did add it over here on our steps. So you can see here we have a flowering azalea. I didn't think it was going to cover all the way to the half slab, but it does. So we can use them as our steps too, which is really nice. And I have a bush here as well. Yeah, so that's really cool. It really breaks up the floor a bit. Adds a lot of color into the floor. We kind of had the bushes sitting up on the side, but it really just it wasn't doing it for me like that. This, like in line with the floor, does a lot more for me than just the tree sitting here like that. Yeah, so I think that's a really nice little addition that's going to help bring this base alive some more. I also realized at the end of the last episode that I didn't actually... I told you guys that I had cleared out the nether a bit, but I didn't actually show you after it had been cleared out. And so I figured you guys would want to see that, actually see how it looks now, and hopefully we don't die to this creeper. Please stay away from me. We're going... Oh, you know what? I don't want to come back through. Okay, he's dead. He's dead. I saw his death animation. We got a zombie here around us. Alright, so you may remember this area here used to be covered in crimson trees. And I've since removed them all the way down to there. I try to move it all the way back to this area. I can show you better actually up here. It kind of goes back a little ways, and I try to move all of it over there. I didn't get it perfect, but you know, I cleared up a lot of space, which I think will be really nice when we start to do some more things in the nether. And do I have a gold? No, I don't have any gold armor, so I'm gonna be attacked. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. I think it makes a big difference, and it probably keeps us safer because we're not gonna be falling into holes in the ground and running into trees trying to escape things. Like this guy here. Alright guys, so that's all I have for this episode, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos. I know at times they may be a little hard to watch, but I think we're getting better and better with each episode. Getting a lot more fun to make as well. Yeah, but that being said, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned because we're going to be having more episodes of this. And I made a little hint earlier about what I was going to be doing next episode. We cleared out a lot of this cave, and that means we need a lot of moss to fill it in because that's kind of the floor pattern we're using to kind of add our cave some color, and I really like that. So we're going to need a lot of bone meal to do that. And along with bone meal, we actually need gunpowder too for our firework dispenser, which you just heard go off, as well as fireworks. We're going to need it for some TNT, because some TNT is always handy to, you know, clear out sections of our cave or go mining for sand or stuff like that. So we're going to need a lot of TNT, which is going to be a lot of gunpowder. So it may be pretty obvious what I plan on doing next episode. But if you know, or think that you know, go ahead and say it in the comment section. And if you guys guess it, I'll share your comment in the next video. Yeah, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.